Hello friends, this video on visualizing shapes part 5 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Now, how does a map vary from a picture? Because here we saw that we can also represent the home, school and market using pictures. You can also represent it using maps. So how do these two things differ? So let's look at a quick distinction between the two. So when we talk about maps, we make use of symbols to depict different objects or places. Like as I said, that instead of drawing the house, you just put some symbol instead, maybe a point, maybe a circle. Similarly, to represent a park, you can use the symbol of a small tree. So wherever you have a park, you do not need to draw that particular park, you just put that tree. So we make use of symbols in map. Whereas in a picture, we do not use symbols, we actually draw it. Now, when I say actually draw it, that doesn't mean that it should exactly resemble the actual object, but something similar to that. For example, I had drawn the house. That doesn't mean that your house exactly looks like this, but I have drawn a house just to show that it is your house. So let's take some examples. So here if you see that we are trying to represent the same scenery, one using a map, the other using a picture. So where I have used map, I have just used symbols for trees. So this is a symbol for tree. So everywhere you see this type of tree. But here we have shown the actual picture. So here also we have drawn a tree, but we have tried to draw it in a more realistic manner, in a more similar manner to that of the actual tree. When it comes to map, no reference or perspective exists in a map. For example, normally when you look at a road, what happens? The trees which are near to you, they appear bigger, and the trees which are far away from you, they appear smaller, and that is what we call as perspective. So when you look at this picture, you see that the trees in the front are bigger, and as you move away, the trees towards the back, they tend to become smaller. But when you are representing the same thing on the map, there is no small big size of the trees. So everywhere you are just using the same symbol for tree. Third point, there exists a fixed scale for a specific map, whereas in a picture there is no concept of a fixed scale. For example, here if you see, the distance between the first and the second tree is this much. And then if you look at, okay, this side, let's take. The distance between the first and the second tree is this much. Second and third is this much. Third and fourth has reduced. So gradually as the trees are going far away, the distance between two consecutive trees is reducing. But in reality, all the trees are placed equidistant from each other. But when you draw the picture, you draw it the way you would see that scenery from front. So that's how you are drawing it. So when you look at this actual scenery from front, this is how it looks, that the trees which are far, they appear to be closer to each other, but actually all the trees are at equal distances. But when it comes to a map, we do not bother how it would look. We just go with the data. So since all the trees are at equal distances, we just maintain equal distance between any two consecutive trees. So looking at these two pictures, I think you will get a fair idea about how a picture and a map are different. Let us look at this example. So here we see a map, and this is how a map is generally drawn, where here in this case especially, we have labeled the places like city, college, community center, water plant, lake, city park, primary school and so on. And we have marked them with different colors, like all the schools are in yellow, all the water bodies are in blue. So that's how we have marked them with different colors. So in looking at a map, you can very easily find out the route between two places. For example, if I ask you that what would be the shortest route from the library to the bus depot? Where is the library? The library is here. And where is the bus depot? The bus depot is here. So which would be the shortest route? So this is where the map helps. Looking at the map, you can, actually find out the shortest route between two places, the longest route between two places. So here if you see, the library is here. So if you take this route, the Nehru Road, and then you take this turn, so you would be able to reach the bus depot, because these lines, they are kind of flyovers, right? So this would be your shortest route from the library to the bus depot. Similarly, looking at a map, you can also decide which place is located on which direction or which side. For example, you can very easily say that the city park, which is here, so city park is located on the further east when compared to the market. So the market is located here and the city park is here. So which is towards the more east side? Obviously the city park, because this direction is east, this is west, this is north, and this is south. So if you compare the lake with the library, so the lake is towards the east and the library is towards the west. The police station is towards the north, the community center is towards the south. So a map can actually help you in a number of ways. So even without roaming around the entire city, just by looking at the map, you can get a fair idea about the various locations throughout that particular city. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com for free quality education. You can learn with a simple 4-step learning process wherein you can watch video lessons, you can ask your questions, you can refer notes, and you can take a free online test. We have content for class 6 to 12 on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology along with practical videos. So please subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Thank you.